God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay
everyone?
calm.
What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody calm down.
Hello, hello. And welcome, welcome. How are we feeling today? How is everyone doing? Hello, hello. Happy Friday. And welcome. It is so good to see you all. I hope you're having a great day. I hope this week hasn't been too stressful and that you've got some good, exciting things planned for the weekend. We got Humley in here. Hello, hello. We got Foxy in here. Hello as well. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Plum in here. Hello, hello. We got Megan here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. We got Willow is in here. Hello. Good to see you. Happy to have you in today. Hello, hello.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody calm down.
Chat, what is happening? Foxy coming in here, resubbing once again. Holy cannoli. I can't handle it. Foxy, how long has it been? How long has it been? 9 whole months. That's bananas. That's banana loco. Banana crazy. Holy moly. If you got some nanners in the chat, throw them in there.
Hello there.
That is so wild. Parks is here as well. Shaw is in here as well. Virgo's in here. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. So good to see you. We got, let's see. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. We got Leia's in here as well. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Plum is in here. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's so good to see you all. Thank you so much for being here. And happy Friday. Happy Friday. I can't believe we made it. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. This has felt like the week that never ends. And it's presented us with a number of challenges. Katsu's in here as well. Good to see you. Good to see you. And anyone lurking in the background. Good to see you as well. Thank you so much for being here, having the stream open, chatting, all that good stuff. It really does mean the world. It really does mean the world. Like I was saying, I don't know if this is anything like any of you have experienced this. This has been it's been a busy week, and it's been busy for good reasons. And you know, that's all good and well, but it's been busy all the same. And so it's nice when we could take just little moments like this, to, you know, take stock of our week and chat. And hopefully I would love to hear about your weeks, even if they were bad, even if they didn't go as you would expect. I hope that we can put it all out there into the atmosphere and open up to each other. And then we can go into the weekend with a clean slate, hopefully, and feel good about it. You know, I think that would be great. Poppy, good to see you. Lurky Turkey. And thanks so much for checking into the casa. I love seeing you all check in. You know, I think it's so great. You know, the Casa de Cozy, it's a 5-star. It's a 5-star resort. You know what I mean? It's a 5-star resort. Check-in time is now. Checkout time is never, you know? Because we care. You know? Because we care. And all of you bananas, all you crazy bears coming in here, checking into the hotel, checking into the casa. Holy cannoli. It's more like a villa, really. It's a villa of relaxation and rejuvenation, you know? I don't know. It sounds great though. Thanks for checking in, Plum. Core as well. Thanks so much. Poppy leading the charge. Virgo checking in as well 4 times. I dream of seeing that number hit the teens, hit the 20s, you know, the 30s. I can't wait. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. What are you missing for Twitch partner so we can help along? I actually just looked at that because I think earlier this year we were focused on, you know, we were trying to make the push for it. And it's that there's one requirement that I think gets a lot of creators. And I think it's the one that takes the longest for a lot of people. And that is you have to have 6 separate streams within a 30-day period that averages 75 viewers. And that doesn't sound like a big challenge, but it is. It really is. Especially when you do what we do. You know, we do a lot of variety content. You know, I love playing different games. I love that whenever you come in here, you know you're going to get something different. It's going to be exciting. But I also know that you know, that causes numbers to fluctuate a lot. You know, Sunday we play Stardew. We're doing the Stardew Sunday stuff and it's a blast and I love it. But maybe Monday we're playing Palia. Maybe Tuesday we're playing a different game. And so, you know, obviously I know that we likely could have hit partner a long time ago if we just kept playing Stardew. If I only played Stardew, then we probably, you know, maybe. But I always say that you got to be true to yourself and you got to be true to, you know, I would hate to just do streams just for the sake of hitting some milestone or hitting some goal. And so, you know, I always wanted the streams to be exciting for you all. And in order for them to be exciting for you, they got to be exciting for me. And as much as I love Stardew, it's so fun. I love playing that game. I don't know if I could play it every day. I just don't know. You know, I think part of the magic and part of the longevity of a lot of these games for me is feeling like I missed it. You know, I come back to Paley after not playing for 2 days and I missed it. I was like, man, I'm excited to play this. You know, when we come to Stardew on Sundays, I feel a sense of joy. I'm like, I can't wait to play Stardew. I'm so excited. But if I played Stardew every day, I don't know how long we would continue to love it, you know, or how long I would continue to love it. And I love story games and I love sharing experiences. I love sharing these cozy little narrative driven games. And I want that to be the thing that people come for, is the community and the people and in each other. And because you feel a sense of safety and adventure, you know. So yeah, I could have, you know, we could have hit that a long time ago and we could be, you know, hit that partner goal and that's great. But I don't know. I would feel some kind of way about if I didn't go about it in a way that I think I was really excited about, you know, if that makes any sense. It is a pain. I know, even those for the affiliate, the views are a pain. Yeah. And that's why I don't have like anywhere here. I don't have anything that says how many of you are in stream. I don't have anything that says how many viewers we have, because I never want to know. I just don't want to know, you know. I don't want the energy and the coziness that I bring or that we bring to the stream to be impacted by a number, you know. And if I ever saw a number on the screen, you know, I think it would cause you to change how you approach things, you know, whether it's a high number or a low number, you know, it would change your mood. So, you know, I always come to the streams in the same way, no matter how many of you are here or can make it or can't make it, you know. And I think that that's what's important, is that consistency, you know. It's worth it to find the people that enjoy a variety of games like us. Right, exactly. Because I don't want to mislead people too. I don't want people to come here and think that, you know, this community is it's a Palia stream, or he's a Palia streamer, or he's a Stardew streamer. I love those games and I've really enjoyed playing Palia, so we'll probably be playing that more, especially once October ends. We'll be playing that more because I'm enjoying it. But I've always wanted whatever game we're playing to be kind of the background thing. And really it's the conversations that we have with each other. It's the connection, the community that I think I want to be the focal point, you know? And the game that we play is just a bonus, you know? At least that's the way that I've always seen it. And I think that that's important. Your energy is what pulls us in. I know, once you all checked into the cost, you can't leave now, you know? You're stuck. You're stuck here. You know, I finally settled down with dinner. What's for dinner tonight? What are we having? Burnout is real. The same thing over and over can get tiring. 100% Meg. Thank you so much for the love, Willow. Meg, Shaw, I appreciate you all. I really do. I truly feel honored that, when we hit that go live button, any of you come back. I truly feel honored, and I hope that this place is a space that you feel a sense of belonging, and you feel a sense of comfort, because you all bring that to me. We talk about this a lot. I've always felt, in many places in my life, I've often felt out of place and like I didn't fit, like could never find my circle, and I always felt like an outsider a little bit. I've always had very unique interests that would surprise a lot of people. I've always been someone that liked a lot of different things. And I always said that if you can't find your community, then you make one, and just the fact of seeing in the Discord this week, I think you all connecting with each other, supporting each other, showing each other love, posting your hobbies and your crafts and your joys and the things that bring coziness to your life, I think it really has made it feel all worth it. I may not be able to interact with every post in the Discord, but I see them all. I literally have notifications on my phone. I see every message. And I love it. I really do. It's, like I said, you all are the lifeblood of this thing that we're doing. And without you, it's, without you, there is no me. Ooh. Someone write that down. That's good. That's a good one. That's a good one. We got a cat. Hold on, chat. Here he is. Hello. Wait, hold on. Sorry. He gets a little fussy. When he's in a compromised position like this. He gets a little fussy, but he should be napping. I don't know why he's awake. Okay. He wants to stare outside. He's a little munchkin. That one. Brisket, hello. Jane, welcome. Thanks for checking into the casa. Good to see a kitty too. Yeah, he's one. I can't find the other one. I always want to bring you the other one. But she's elusive. That one. That's one, But the beautiful thing about cats, that I never knew until I had cats, they really do teach you patience, They teach you to fight for the things you want in life, because nothing will reject you more than a cat, It's a humbling experience, but you keep coming back and you keep pushing, you keep fighting for it, It's a great thing. She says she's not a streamer. He said, I don't want to be on the internet. No, thank you. Sorry, miss, could I ask their name? So the one you just saw was Kiba. He is a little munchkin. He's the energetic one. And the one that's elusive that I never seem to see, especially when we stream, is Yoki, or Miyoko. I call her Yoki. Actually, she's more formal. Her name's Miss Yoki. She doesn't respond to Yoki anymore. I have to put the Miss there. Yeah, she's a very formal cat. Yeah, she's super formal. Yeah, Kiba, not so much. Kiba's from the streets. We found him, wandering around the streets somewhere random. I think he got picked up by a shelter, and we were like, I like this one. He's got spunk, Let's bring him home, feed him an egregious amount of kibble on the daily, and buy him a bunch of toys and affection. Yeah, the both of the names, ironically enough, actually, I think they were both inspired by anime. Um, yeah, I think they were both inspired by anime. Miyoko, um, I think of like Miyazaki films, you know, Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away and things like that. And then I think it just kind of came to me, and I think I was like, yep, that's it. That's it. I can't keep up with the Discord lately. I'm so darn busy all the time. Hey, no worries. I totally understand the busy nature of life, and you know, I think that's what I love about these streams so much is they feel like an opportunity for me to slow down as well. Because this week is just go, go, go. Every hour is booked with a thing, and then we have the streams, and then we have other things that we have to do, and then sometimes I would like much of the week I have work in the evening, and so it's, and we come back and then we edit some more and we do other stream related things, prepping for streams and doing all these things, and so it's a lot of fun. But it leaves very little time for Stardew solo, Meadowlands farming, you know. Has Rye ever played Stray? We have played Stray. We played Stray this summer. I think it was July we played it. It was a great game. I really loved it. Yeah, I really loved it. Ironically enough, chat, I actually am allergic to cats. Ironically enough, I actually have to wash my hands every time I touch them or pet them. Because sometimes I forget and I touch my eyes, my nose, or anywhere on my face, and I get super bad. Necessary sacrifice. I'm deathly allergic to cats, but I love seeing people's cats. Yeah. My aunt used to get monthly shots to keep her dog. Oh, wow. Yeah, isn't there supposed to be some kind of shot that you can get? Yeah, but I'm deathly afraid of needles. I do not like shots. At all. I've never liked needles. No. Which is ironic because people will say, well, don't you have tattoos? And I would say, well, don't you mind your business? No, but seriously, you know, it's different, but not really, you know, different, but not really. Needles are a nopey nope. Yeah. Totally different, right? It's totally different. Tattoos are different than someone injecting some sort of whatever in you. Like, no. And tattoos as well are a lot more surface than like an injection, you know. I forgot what layer of your skin it is, but it's a lot more surface. If tattoo needles work the same way as medical needles, no one would have tattoos. Yeah, no, 1000%. I don't think anybody would want to do that. Someone described tattoos to me as a hot cat scratch. Yeah, essentially, yeah. It's like a warm cat scratch. Yeah, slow and occasionally painful, depending on where it is. But yeah, I've had an epidural and mini shots and lots of blood draws. I guess if you do that, do you ever get used to it? A tattoo needle only goes an 1/8 of an inch in, I think. My brother is a tattoo artist. So yeah, it's like pretty surface, you know, in comparison to like immunizations, you know. Would take tattoo needle multiple times over, 1000%. I really want a big tattoo over my chest to cover scars. Oh, that I've seen a few of those. Those are actually really cool. Yeah. I've known some people that got, you know, big surgeries and things like that, and they got tattoos to cover the scars and but also to like remember, you know, as like a memorial kind of thing. And yeah, there's like deep meaning that can exist there as well, which is pretty cool. I can't decide what I would want as a tattoo or where I would get it. Yeah, they say that if you come up with an idea for a tattoo, that you should sit on that idea for, 6 months or a year or something like that. And if you still want it, then you should go for it, But then it's a whole thing, you got to find an artist that you like and, all of that. Yeah. Let me scroll up. I think I missed a few messages earlier in the stream, which I do apologize for. We got so distracted by cats. Yeah. People in the community are spectacular. Chat, you all are spectacular. I hope you know that. You all are spectacular. Truly, truly. And some of the people, some of the friends we've been able to make over the last couple of weeks. I mean, it truly is an honor to meet so many incredible people and to have made so many great friends, I think, doing this, and seeing you all, like I said, seeing you all connect. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It makes the world feel a lot less isolating, I plan on scrubbing my apartment this weekend. Oh, that sounds like me. My mom's coming to visit on Monday or Tuesday, and that woman worked for almost a decade as cleaning staff at a 4-star hotel and misses nothing. Oh my gosh. So that either is the most stressful experience of your life or the most stressful experience. Yeah. My mom was great at cleaning too, and so she was, growing up, she was always really good at spotting everything. And so now I've become an incredibly particular person. Like, my apartment is spotless. I clean it every week on the day. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, Okay. Chat, what would you like for us to do today? What would you like? How should we spend our time? Now, obviously we have, I wanted to start a new game, but I don't think we're going to have time today. This week has been a bit stressful, chat. It's been a bit stressful. There's just a lot of not being able to do everything that you want to do, and also at the same time having a very strict schedule and feeling guilty that we haven't been able. I don't feel like I can do as long of the streams as I want to do, and because I usually have very strict things going on leading up to streams, so it's like certain things I have to do, and then certain things I have to do in the evening, and then, or like a video that we have to get out. And so, obviously I don't want to bore you with all my problems, but it just, I always feel guilty when I can only do, like, some streams we can only do like 3 hours, and it doesn't feel like enough, Time has been timing. 100%. And no matter what you do or how hard you work or how focused you are, it feels like you still just don't have enough time. Like, we were busy all morning and we're late to stream, and we don't have a lot of time to stream, and then I have to go to work tonight, and it's a whole thing, It's a whole thing. Some might say that that's being an adult. I would agree with them. I would also tell them they can mind their own business. I'm so happy I have no plans this weekend until Sunday night. Oh, perfect. You deserve some time, to not be running around and doing all the things. And yeah, the second half of the week really got rough, but also everything is fine. Yeah. So we have two options, chat. We have two options. We can jump into some Palia and run around, mosey around. I'm only like 2 hours into that game, so we could do that. Or we could build a Lego set, or try to build a Lego set. Apparently it's a lot. I will show you which one I got. So this is the one that I got. It's a dried flower centerpiece. Look at the girl in the back. She looks so happy. She looks so happy. You know? And so, but it says it's 800 pieces. How is that possible? Where do the 800 pieces go? You know? Where did the 800 pieces go? I wanted to get that one. Well, we said that we wanted to start incorporating more arts and crafts, which I really do. I would love to just sit here and yap with you all and do some Legos, do some coloring. And I feel like we got all the things set up. They're very small pieces. Oh boy. Now the question is, could we finish this in 2 hours? That is the question, you know? That is the question. Because I don't want to start it if we can't finish it, you know? Perfect for fall too. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Perfect for fall. The floral Lego is so pretty. I know there's a couple. There's a couple that I really like. What do you want to do? I want to do whatever you all want to do. And I know that sounds like the most indecisive thing. You know, just do one flower at a time. Should we do that, chat? Should we start the Lego flower set? Does anyone have any crocheting that they need to do, or any knitting, or maybe a coloring book nearby? Maybe we could spend that time just doing some cozy little activities. Could be fun. Legos nowadays are on a whole different level than when I grew up. Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, I mean, the most complex Lego sets were Star Wars, you know, making a TIE fighter or the Millennium Falcon. And now I love that Lego has grown up with its audience, you know, and they still have a ton of options for kids to craft things. But adults want to build things. Adults want to do Lego stuff. And I used to be a big Lego kid growing up. Huge. I loved Legos. But then you kind of grow out of them, but it's nice to feel like they've kind of grown up and done some really interesting things. Yeah. I can't decide on Lego flowers or succulents first. They're just so pretty. Oh man, okay. I'll just listen and probably drift off to sleep. It's midnight again and it's been a long day. This is a perfect place to fall asleep to. We can send you off into the sails, into the waves, you know. I so wish I could craft. Haven't picked up any stitching since my kiddo was born. Scared he will grab my needles. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. The things you never think you'd have to worry about, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I have to think about these things. I have the Lego succulents and I love them. I want to get those too. Yeah. I have work I'm supposed to be doing, but it's Friday and I'm tired. Yes. Feed into that. Lean into that embrace. It's a warm hug. It's just waiting for you. You know? The weekend starts now. I have a coloring book. I'm in my office, which I also need to declutter. The coloring book sounds far more interesting though. I love the coloring book. Yeah. Team craft time. Chad, who else is team craft time? Are we team craft? It's so tough, chat, because there's so many things I want to do. I want to start a new game. I want to play Palia. I want to do crafts. I want to play Stardew. And there just is not enough time. Team witchcraft. Oh, I love what you did there. That's so clever. That is so clever. My pizza's almost here too. You're having pizza? Listen, nothing says the weekend more, chat, than a nice pizza. As soon as that pizza shows up, it's like, oh yeah, I earned this, you know? I earned this. I earned this. Not me hurrying dinner prep to try and crochet more beforehand. I love it. I love it. You are so talented. The only plant I could keep fake alive. Oh my gosh. All right, chat, we're doing it. We're doing it. Let's do it. We're going to do some crafties. We're doing some crafties. Let me see if I can. Okay. Now, hopefully I can get this right because we had this all set up. So hopefully we can get this right. Let us see. I think we got it, chat. I think we got it. I think we're ready. I think we're ready. We're ready for some cozy time. Sometimes that's all we need, you know? I feel like the hardest part about these is opening the box. All right, here they are. And they're super loud. Holy moly. Hold on, chat. Let me try to fix this. Okay. All right. Yeah, they're super loud. There's nothing I could do. Okay. Now, I'm not a Lego professional, okay? So you'll have to bear with me as we attempt this. And I hope that does it look okay? Can you read this? You could tell we're doing Legos, right? Okay. Yeah. This Lego set looks so nice. I hope it turns out that way. I hope it turns out that way. Let us see. Chad, how's the music, by the way? Okay. It looks like number 1. That makes sense. What's this other book for? Is it another instruction manual? Oh, wow. So this starts number 4. So this is 4 through 8. Wow. This is 4 through 8. And then this one is just 1, 2, and 3. Or 4 through 7. I think. The music is just the right volume for the background. Okay. Music is lovely. Perfect music to fall asleep to, Brisket. If we don't see you chatting in the next 20 minutes, I'll understand. I think we'll all understand, right, chat? We'll understand. We'll be like, oh, Brisket has left the building. Brisket is out of the oven. Oh, we have fun. We have good times. All right, we have it. So where should I do? Should I put them? Maybe I'll put it here so you can see what we're doing. Maybe I should have this one here. How's that, chat? I wish this was... Maybe I should zoom it in more. How's that, chat? Hopefully that's okay. You can see what we're doing. I still need to make my bolognese. Oh, that sounds so good. I'm about to drop into a food coma after lasagna. Lasagna is so good. All right. So this is like one of the first times I've ever done a little crafty stream. We tried it with a coloring book earlier this summer, and you know, I don't know, we're gonna see how far we can get with actually talking and then trying to do it as well, you know. So it looks like we need this piece, which we have here, and then we need, I think, this piece, this one, kind of nice. So maybe we'll do, so far so good. Now it says we just need one of them. And somehow it's supposed to end up like this one, which I don't know how that's possible. So it looks like it wants, maybe, I just hope I don't mess this up, you know? I need your encouragement. I need thy encouragement. So we'll put a long piece here, I think. Oh no. I actually don't know. Lego instructions always get me. You can always fix your mistakes. It's Lego. Lego always gets me because it says that I only need one of these pieces, these tiny little pieces, but then the image shows two. You know? All right, we'll do what we know. So we know that we need two of these. We have one. And we know we need one of these tiny little pieces. There's only one of those, so that's pretty easy. Actually, is there only one? You know what? I think I'm doing it the wrong. I think it's supposed to be this way. I love the little tool that they get you to get your Legos out. I wish I had this when I was a kid. I would have had such a better time with them. Okay, I got it. That's why it wasn't fitting, because it was the wrong one. So we got that one. And we'll throw this one in here. All right, we're looking good. I think so. So far, so good. Bear Ross. I love it. Okay. So now it wants us to take a couple of long pieces here, as you can see, and we're just going to take this one little brown piece here. We're going to put it right in the middle, right? We'll take these two longer pieces. we'll put them on either side. There we go. Looking good. I think so. We got a couple of bricks. Got to put a couple of bricks here. Okay. All right. So we're going to put these. Well, I think that looks okay. Kind of looks like the picture, this one. And then it says we need 2 of these. And then we need 2 of these. Or no, we just need 1 of these. So right? Actually, this was supposed to go. I knew something was off. This is supposed to cover this one. So we put those pieces on. Now it says that there's supposed to be a piece covering here. This is where Legos get a little confusing. I hate that so many of us have blah days, weeks, but glad we can all come together and chill together. It is pretty nice, right? This music is reminding me of Mr. Rogers. This is Zelda jazz, and I actually am obsessed with it. I discovered it, I think, this week, and ever since I did, I was like, yeah, this is brilliant. You can, in many of the songs, you can get the slightest glimpse of that classic Zelda music, but it's jazzified, and it's so classy. I'm like, wow, this is great. All right, so we need 1 of these. We need this piece to go here. I think that's good. We put these 2 pieces on. Okay. All right. Looking good. Looking good. All right, so now we have to fill the bottom with this square piece and then this other piece. Or whatever, whichever piece it is. No, for real, I'm much newer here, and every time I click, it's just so cozy and relaxing. I like to say that I've always wanted this to be a place that you could fall asleep to. You know, I think if you can fall asleep in a place, either you're really tired or it's a cozy space, you know? And I think that that's pretty darn cool. That's pretty darn cool. You know, never did I think we'd be doing arts and crafts, but a part of this experience and a part of this stream is also a sense of rediscovery for myself, you know? These are the little cozy hobbies and things that I think really, really used to make me feel alive as a kid. Somewhere along the line, you know, you experience people or influences or family or whoever that tells you that you shouldn't do those things or you can't enjoy those things anymore. Or you're supposed to be an adult and you're a grown-up and blah, blah, blah. But these are the things that make life worth living, you know? And there are also areas in which we truly connect with ourselves, you know? And I think that that's pretty darn cool. And I think there's a level of confidence that you build in doing these things because you are taking back your sense of self, you know, and you're saying that, hey, I'm going to enjoy these things regardless of who is around or who says otherwise. Like, these are the things that I enjoy, you know? And I think that it's a healing experience, you know? And I think that that's really cool. Rediscovering little or big joys. Exactly. Like, for the longest time, Chad, I've had coffee black. I've only drank black coffee because I thought that made me, you know, I thought that made me more of an adult, you know? Like, yeah, you know, I don't need any flavor. I don't need any joy or happiness. I've recently rediscovered creamers. And boy, I think I may have cried a little bit, you know? I was like, why have I chosen to be unhappy? This is crazy. And so now I have this little brown sugar oat creamer, and I've had it every morning this week. And I'd like to say I've been a lot happier, you know? Being an adult is sometimes remembering we have free will and that we can adult how we please. So true. That's so true. Healing our inner child. That we are, Livy. That we are. It all starts with these little things. Look at it. Not bad. Not bad. I hope it's not blurry for you. I feel like it's blurry. I hope it's not. I hope it's not. Anyway, so we got those pieces. We got these pieces. Now we're over here. A good coffee creamer. Love that for you. For years, I would only drink black coffee. Why have I been lying to myself, you know? I'm glad you were enjoying simple pleasures. Oh, we're following it up. We are following it up. Fully embracing that cozy atmosphere. And I hope that, you know, that's something that you all feel, you know, is genuine when you come in here, is that you feel like you're free to be your coziest self, you know? And not only know that you'll be accepted for it, but that you'll be loved for it. And you'll be you'll be celebrated for it. You know, I think that's cool. Am I missing a piece? Oh, I got it. Okay. So we need 2 of these. I always like to put the pieces that I need right in front of me so that I know if I didn't use a piece that something is clearly wrong. Okay. Chat, these are the pieces that we need. Yeah. A good coffee creamer. Yeah. I was in Home Goods the other day and saw those jars and thought of Rise Coffee Card. I bought those jars, Meg. I bought those jars. I am so excited. My coffee card isn't going to arrive till like next week or something, but I bought those jars. I am ecstatic. Now this weekend I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to get chocolate chips and I'm going to get all the syrups and things, and I'm going to make myself some real coffees. Real coffee. So a little caramel drizzle, maybe a little cold foam. Cold foam is actually surprisingly easy to make, Chad. I did not realize that. It is surprisingly easy to make. Okay. All right, we got to focus. I'll never finish this otherwise. Now, hopefully we'll find some time to play some Palia. I'm hoping sometime this weekend. I think I put it in the wrong spot. All right. There we go. Looking good. Yeah, just call us Bear Ross. I love it. Big girl likes froth on her coffee. and I will not be without my joy. Yes. I love that. Slay away. Okay, so we need 2. I have 2. And then we need these 2. And I got those 2. Yep. And we put these here. On both sides. Building Legos is kind of fun. Why did I stop doing this? Look at this. Look at this. We built this. It's not done yet, but when it is done, it's going to be like, wow, I did that. Okay. Next page. So now the undercarriage. Looks like we need 2 of these. And we need, I guess, just this piece. Wait, so am I supposed to double stack it? That doesn't seem right. But I won't argue, you know? They obviously know something I don't. No, it's definitely not right. There's no way that's right. Oh no, chat, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh. Silly me. Silly me. I had it on the wrong side. I prefer oat milk over almond. Oat milk is actually really good. All right. So now we did that. Now we need this piece to go right here. Oh, these are all hinge pieces. So we need 2 of them. And then we need these 4 to go over here. Wow. Okay. It feels like we're building a spaceship. I don't know why. Or some sort of boat. Oh, rip. Put it on the wrong side. All right. Looks good. Now there's... I guess these pieces are supposed to come out. There's 2 of them. Maybe it's just showing you where you're supposed to turn it. Or where it's supposed to be able to turn. So it looks like this side has to be able to... No, I messed up. I think the hinge has to be over here. That's weird. I'm lactose intolerant, so I've explored all the non-dairy milks over the years. I like how right now the Lego looks like it's going to be a boat. That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is very boat-ish. It's very boatish of it. I guess it's supposed to... supposed to be able to connect like that. There's an orange piece that's supposed to go here. And then we got a couple of flower pieces. And the rest form a little circle. I wonder if I should have put this piece in the middle first. Okay. So this is it. This is one. That's just one. Holy cannoli. All right. On to number 2. Oh, look at these. They look like little pumpkins. Little pumpkin bits. That's adorable. All right, so we have one of these. Something like that. Chad, this might be my favorite song on the whole album so far. Can you believe you can get this on vinyl too? Might have to. Heading to Google where I can buy 500 Lego pumpkins. Oh my gosh. 500? Where are you gonna put all those? All right. So what we got so far. This is what we got so far. I'll leave this one right here. So we got these little sticky pieces. We have still sticky pieces. These are tiny, easily lost. Okay. So we're going to take this little piece here. It says you need 7 of them. I can start to see why there's 800 pieces. This one's supposed to have 7. So it's supposed to have 7 total, which is weird. I think it wants these other pieces that we have. I don't know if I put enough. All right, so we put the 5 on. Now there's I think it's this that we're supposed to put on. Now there is a piece missing here. It says, like this one here, it says that it wants, I don't know what that means, just 5. But it looks like I'm supposed to put these in between each one? I don't know. So it's 5 of these and then 5 of these tiny little pieces. So I think I should have put 2 here. The ones I found are Zelda, called Zelda and Jazz. You said small cap and those petal cups. So between each one, so do I take all of these off? And then in between each one, I am supposed to put one of these caps? I'm kind of confused. But man, I've been buying too much music lately. No such thing. No such thing. Because if I do just 5 together, yeah, I genuinely don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna try this again. It says here that 1 goes in the top. Right? Then it says 2 goes in the bottom. Which is here. Okay. Then it says that a little cap has to go in this other one. Which I don't. Okay, so it kind of fits. And then I put that all through here. I think you're right, chat. I think it is 5. So that's 1. Well. It's interesting once it comes all, all comes together. Chad, thanks for doing this with me. It really means the world. I love that we can just kind of mix it up sometimes and, do something a little different, and I feel like we could still kind of have a good time doing it. I think it's really, really cool. I think it's come together. I think we need 2 more, and then we need these other 2. I just hope that whatever you all are doing, you're having a good time too, and you're enjoying it. Just our chance to be cozy, Our chance to be cozy and forget about the weight of the world on our shoulders. And just play some Legos or a game or, Oh, these tiny pieces they're tough because they're tiny. All right. Looks like it's going to be like wheat or something. It's going to look awesome when it's done. I know, I can't wait. It already looks like putting these pieces together. You're like, I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it. I see the vision. All right, moving on. That took a while. Now they're gonna say like, yeah, just do that a dozen more times, and you might get somewhere. Oh, Chad, that's my favorite song from Rito Village. Are you kidding me? I'm definitely buying this album now. I love it's called Dragon Roost Island. This is my favorite song in Rito Village. Are you Minecrafting IRL? I told you we would get to some Minecrafting. I didn't say how, but I told you we would. Smooth sailing now. It's all up from here. Okay, so we did this. Now we're supposed to put it here. Oh. So now we need
one of these. We need one of these and 2 more. And I'm assuming one of these. It's a weird looking piece. Okay, so it's kind of nice. And it looks like it's supposed to go on to the edge, like here. That's kind of cool. Surprised they just want us to do it once. Okay, so now we need a tree. So we're on this one now. This one. This one. And one of these. And so now that's kind of cool. I guess this is what it turns out looking like. And then they say to put that here. But it's so weird because it's like, well, did I put this on the wrong one? I didn't think it mattered, but, and it probably doesn't, but I really want to put on the right one. I kind of want to put it on the right one, or else it'll bother me. Oh, it comes off so easily. But I like that you can like contort it and like twist it and do all this stuff. So you could like Probably won't twist it too much because it comes off really easily. The whole piece comes off easily. What the heck? All right, we're just going to leave it. Not bad, though. Not a bad start. Okay. So then this next one says that we need I think I'm supposed to have this way. I don't know if it matters, but I'm going to have to pretend that it does. Okay. So now we need another one of those hinge pieces. So we got this one here. We got this guy here. Oh, it looks like they want us to make it again. Maybe that other piece. Looking good. Yeah, I think it's coming along, you know? So now we're going to make another piece that's going to go on this other side right here. Probably more or less the same thing that we just made, you know? So we got this watering spout. We need 2 of those little water spouts. Typing with one eye closed since my glasses are off. All right, so looks like we're making a little not bad. Now we need 2 flowers to go on each side. Not bad. We need 4 of these other flowers. And we need a couple branches. So the branches, looks like we'll get 2 on each. Oh, I love these little flower petals. They're so nice. Look at that. So we'll put this up here. So really it's only 2. And I guess you could decide which branches you want to put them on. Which is definitely something. Just wish these pieces weren't so tiny. Lego Zelda Cozy Jazz Friday will be the name of my indie rock band. I will be the first in line for tickets to that show. That sounds incredible. All right. Something. Looking good. All right, so now we need 2 more of these, 2 more of these, and 2 more flowers. Nothing fills me with more anxiety than opening and dumping out an entire bag of Legos, but then seeing that number of Legos on the side get smaller and smaller as you kind of build it, you know, which I think is pretty cool. Okay. So all right. Good stuff. All right, so now we take this piece that we originally had. Throw some Legos on there. And now we have a whole, almost whole beautiful bouquet. And now it looks like we need 2 more of those pieces. So 1 and 2. Can't see nothing on my glasses anymore. I know, me too. Me too. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. So we got 2 of these. We need 2 more flowers. Actually, it was pretty adorable. All right. Now we need to put it all together. And they want another tree. We need 1 of those. We need 1 tree. We need 1 leaf. And then we need 1 of these. Now it says this piece is supposed to fit in here, but it does not feel like it's going. Oh, maybe it was the wrong one. And then that, and then the tree goes on it. Okay. All right. So now when we place this side, we'll place this on. All right. All right. Time to go full cozy mode. I love that for you. You deserve it. Brisket, we'll see you in the next one. Get some rest. Not the limp biscuit. Oh my god, limp brisket. That is good. That is good. Had to go out on a high note. All right. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Now, we've got these long aerodynamic pieces that they want us to do something with. Oh, but first, I guess we should just go by step. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so we have a rectangle piece. We have one of these guys. Nothing too fancy right now, but at some point, this is going to become a masterpiece. Looks like they want us to just put all 4 pieces here. Okay. So we need one of these. We need... Where are the other ones? Oh, it's one of these. So we need one of those pieces and then one of these pieces. We'll put the small one here. Let's see. Let's see if this one's any good. We'll put this piece here, no problem. Maddie, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. All right. Now we need one of these. Blue, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. All right, so I think we got it. And then that piece goes on this piece. Or maybe it's like this, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And then that piece. So it looks like they go in the middle. That's kind of cool. So it wants us to do that with both. Feels like we are building a bug. I know, right? I guess they're going to kind of overlap or something. I don't know. It's interesting. All right. Now have a little flower on it. That's kind of nice. And then this one, we'll take this little piece here, and then we'll put all of these, 12 of them. Holy moly. All right. So looks like we take one of these and then we put 7. Did you say you have the office set? Yeah, I do. I haven't finished it. I need to get on it. I really need to get on it. I haven't finished it though. I did like one of the office rooms. I did Michael's office and then I just kind of gave up. It has so many pieces. That one is an ordeal, but I'm sure if I worked on it like room by room, I'd probably be done by now. I think it's just a matter of finding the time to sit down and do it, which I think is finding time is the big trick. All right, this is what we look at. And then they want us to have some cone shaped piece. Oh, I got it. So a cone shaped piece on the top. As of the friend set, I love the attention to detail. Yeah, they really, I mean, even with just what I've done so far in it, they really went all out on that one. Like that is for a true like Office fan. Like that is the gift. It's pretty cool. Well, I don't know what it wants me to do. There's no more space here. Oh, we just put on top. Like, are they all the same color? I think so. And then we put one of those roddy rod things and I think the office set is technically my husband's, but whatever. Yeah, tomato. All right. All right, this is what we got. I'm starting to see it. You know, it's kind of cute. I like it. All right, so we take this rod. Oh, they want us to make the flower thing again. So we put one. I think it's just one there. All right, so I'm getting him the Soundwave Lego set for his birthday next month. Oh, that's awesome. The real benefits of marriage. All right, so sometimes when I do Lego sets, I get so worried about doing it right that I sometimes forget like the whole point, you know, to have fun with it. We'll be AFK for a bit. Need to finally make that food. Hey, no worries. No worries. Enjoy it. All right, so that's one. It says 5, but I don't know how. I don't know. The math on these things is sometimes a little tricky. All right. This has inspired me to finally do my Lego bonsai tree. Oh my gosh, when you do it, you have to post it in the Discord. I want to get the bonsai tree too. Yeah. This would be the perfect time to start it. You know, while we're here. I got it for myself forever ago. So I did use 7. Oh my gosh, I just flicked one into the abyss. Don't know where it went. Ripperonis. Yeah, I don't understand. I did 7 on one. Yeah, I did 7 on one, but for some reason this one does not hold 7. It's very strange. Anyway, I guess it doesn't have to have 7. Even though the picture certainly able to fit 7. Do you do jigsaw puzzles? What are jigsaw puzzles? Like the 1,000-piece puzzles, or? Because if that's what you mean, I haven't done one of those in, oh man, so long. Been a long time. Long time since I've done one of those. Yeah, like the 1,000 pieces. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've done one of those. Not to say I wouldn't. I definitely would. But yeah, I'd have to find a good one. All right, so I didn't fit 7 on this one, chat. I was only able to fit 6. Don't ask me how or why. I honestly don't know. But I could only fit 6. So, still good. Still good. This is what we got so far. This is it. Not bad. Looks just like the photo, I think. And then it looks like it goes in relation to this. It looks like it goes this way. This is where things get a little tricky. Just like the photo. The photo and us. The photo and us. The photo. I mean, it looks more or less the same. We got the trees in the right spot. We got the these little things. Yeah, no, that looks good. That looks good. Love a puzzle. Ravensburger makes a clutch puzzle. I love them, but I don't have space and have a cat, so it's hard. Yeah, those cats, they know how to ruin a good time. Yeah, we look so much better. We look so much better. Okay. All right. So now, this is what we got. This is our magic, our puzzle.
I love it more. I love it.
I love it as well. We need to get more sounds. We need to add more sounds, chat. We have all of these bit sounds. I wish I could make them channel points, but you can only have like 5 channel point sounds, which is pretty unfortunate, but I do wish that I could make more. We could do more bit sounds or more channel point sounds. Yeah, it'd be cool. All right. So we got this one and we got if I can find it. Oh, we got this one. Here it is. Looking good? I'm actually really proud of it. You know, I'm actually really proud of it. It's looking good so far. I'm excited to see what it looks like when it's, you know, all like done, but pretty good. Pretty good. Just gonna put some of these extra little pieces on. Nice. Okay. All right. All right, let's see. I really kind of like the Zelda tunes. And that one band that we were talking about, the Deku Trio, they actually have another album coming out on the 28th. Zelda Jazz 3, and it looks like it actually has songs from it's specifically Tears of the Kingdom, or like Breath of the Wild songs, like Korok Forest, the little Hateno Village. I want to hear the Hateno Village one. I bet you that one's so good. Terrytown will be so good. Yeah. Can't wait till I get my room back again to be able to craft and puzzle again. Yeah, when do you get your room back? Wait, did you explain why it was like what was going on? I had to give up my room to get my great nephew from foster care. Oh, I got you. For 2 weeks. Man, that's good on you. I mean, 2 weeks though, it'll fly by, you know? It will fly on by. I put my Foxy puzzle in the Discord. Oh, I can't wait to see it. All right, so we got this. We got this piece. All right. We got this piece. We need 3 of these leaves. Looks like they just go on top like this. And then one goes on the bottom. These look nice. All right, and then the last piece. Carrie, thanks so much. I honestly didn't even know that it was our affiliate anniversary. I had no idea. Not a clue. But we'll take it. We'll take it. All right, so we did this one. Oh, Twitch reminds us when we enter your chat. Oh. I was like, how do you guys know that? I was so confused. All right. How do we put the third one? Maybe they're just supposed to intersect. Interesting. And we did the 2. Maybe not. Maybe they're not supposed to intersect. Maybe 2 are supposed to go on? All right. So we have insider info from a Twitch employee. They give us all the tea. Honestly, that's what I would do. I'll just be giving out the tea. Just be like, yep. Okay. That one's tough. That one was tough. All right. Next up, we got one of these and one of these. And another one of these. Right? And then we got 3 of these. Oh, these are like brown ones. Right? And we put 2. Put 2 underneath. Something like that. And then we have one of these. That I guess goes on. I guess goes on one of the. Kind of like that. Well, maybe it's supposed to go on the top one. I feel like there still needs to be one on the top. Then it goes on. Maybe it goes on that one. All right. And then that one will go here. If they don't fall off. Sometimes I can't tell if it wants me to do something. Like the photo doesn't say. I think it's good. All right. So that's what we got there. Then we need one of these whip-like things, or 2 whip-like things, and 2, maybe they're vines or something. Oh, almost to the end of this bag. Oh boy. Oh boy. This one was kind of intimidating too when we started. All right. I wonder which plants these are based on. Is it okay if I don't color perfectly within the lines? That's totally okay. Oh wait, I've already done this one. All right, so we put this here. Chad, how do we like the setup of this sort of stream? Do we like the camera and then the other camera? Do we, you know, should we keep it that way, or what do you think? Would love to know. Should what we're working on be bigger and then maybe me and smaller? All right, so we did that. And now we put, oh, look at this. And you put a little pumpkin on it. Little pumpkin. Wait, how does this work? Hold on. There we go. So I think it just slides in and then it just holds it. So it ends up being like this. Kind of like this a little bit. Kind of cool. My friend worked in a flower shop and was very artistic. She drew me these ones on a birthday card and I was obsessed. Really? All right, so I guess one goes here. Man, getting these things on here though that's tough, especially if your hands are sweaty. All right, so it looks like we do the same thing here. And then more pumpkins. Another pumpkin. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wait, how do you do this? I love these little things. These are great. All right. And so there you have it. These little twistable pumpkins just hanging off the vines. I kind of do wish that pumpkins grew on trees like that. That'd be kind of cool. All right. Not sure what this is at all, but you know, it's kind of cool. And then it looks like we take it and we put it on the back side. Yeah, the back side here. And it'll connect with this other one. It does start to make sense sometimes how, like, why they want things oriented a certain way. But as you can see, you know, we got the pumpkins here. Pumpkins here, pumpkins here. We got some other stuff here, some other stuff there. Maple, good to see you. Happy time zone. And then you got these little ones. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. And then for the final piece, it's clip these together. All right. Setting such a mood. Let's do this again. Absolutely. Absolutely, Foxy. We will definitely do this again. Mostly because we most certainly will not be able to finish this. But that's okay. It was a valiant effort. So we got 2 of these, of course. And then we got... So we got to put a flower on the back. How does that work? So it's supposed to be... I think it's supposed to look something like this. Okay, and then you put the flower. That's good. That's good. Sometimes it like looks like something else is supposed to go on it, but I can't tell. I guess not. And then they want us to put that piece. Kind of dead center. So kind of like something like this. That looks kind of nice. It's kind of nice. All right. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Then you got... Wow, so that's it for bag 2. So bag 2 seems to have had a lot of extra pieces, or at least a couple of little tiny extra bits. I don't know if they want us to do anything with them. I guess you could just save them or use them or not use them. I guess it's good that they give you extra pieces too, in case you decide that you want to maybe throw a few of these pieces on some other things, like we have another extra orange little piece. You could put that on the tree or something. You know, I think that. You kind of just throw them on some of these other little bits. Or I guess you could just put them in a bag and save them. Slash for creativity. Yeah, like we got an extra flower too. Like, of course I'm going to put that up. I'm going to put that somewhere. You know? Can't just not use that one. Like, look at this. Make ourselves another extra flower. We'll throw that over here. Right? And now we got a little extra flower there. It's kind of nice. And then, yeah, I don't know. Some of these pieces I don't think will fit, but it's always fun to try. Yeah, no, that's cool. I like that they give you a few extras in case you lose one, because some of these I feel like you would easily lose. Like this piece right here, we threw this extra brown piece on, and now we could throw this one too. That's cool. Plum, thanks so much for being a lurky turkey. Give Microphone Bear a little flower crown. I know, right? Little flower crown could be nice. Dishes and other gross adulthood things. Oh gosh, I feel that. Good luck. There's a local business near me dedicated to Lego. I still go, and you still need to go check it out. It's dedicated to Lego. What do you mean? Do they sell Legos there, or is it like they just like, what do they do? Gross adult things for the win. I know, right? I know. Not a fan. Not a fan of the gross adult things. That is for certain. Do not enjoy that. Do not enjoy that. Holy moly. I'll need to figure out a better setup because I got all these things here. This this thing that looks down at the desk and you know, so many other little things that makes it kind of a juggling act with all this stuff all over the place. I don't know. But I guess it's okay. We have a bricks and minifigs that has a new Lego that has new Legos, but mostly has used sets. Really? So you could like buy used Lego sets. That's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I love that. I love that. Well, I know we're behind on, you know, some of the other stream things. There's some Spooktober stuff that I really want to push and focus on next week. So many other spooky games that we still haven't played. And now I find myself slightly addicted to Palia. And so now I keep wanting to play Palia. And then there's Stardew, and I want to play Stardew. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, chat, about the schedule and trying to schedule in all these amazing things that we do now. It's a good problem to have, to feel like you have too many great things that you want to do. I'm definitely not complaining about that, but it's just wanting to try to keep everyone happy, you know, and that's true. We can spook when we want it. We can. That is true. That is true. October or no? Yeah. October or no? Are we streaming on Halloween? Yeah, we'll probably do a little streamy stream on Halloween. Probably same time. I don't know if I'll be dressed up. I really haven't figured out my costume. I had some great ideas, but then they were all too great and I didn't want to disappoint any of them. And Kate's gonna go there and have Lego parties. Oh. That's cool. This has been so calming. Nice way to end the week. I'm glad you all think so. You know, I know we didn't have as much time as I would have liked. You know, I would have loved to have finished this stream and maybe thrown in some Palia today. But maybe we'll start with some early Palia tomorrow. And then maybe some early Palia, and then we'll do another spoopy game. Maybe we'll try one or two. That's the goal. I know we're throwing a lot of things into the stream. I really want to get to some consistency and you know, I want to get into some consistency in the streams, and I want you all to know what to expect. And I don't know. Do you all think that we should mostly play one game during the week? Like, what are your thoughts on that? I know we change things up quite a bit. We play a lot of different games throughout the week. And, you know, I always try to throw in, you know, we always throw in Stardew on a Sunday. So that way we can at least get our Stardew fix, you know. But, I mean, do you all feel like we should be doing just Stardew and, you know, and Palia now? The variety is refreshing. I thought so too. But sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I worry that I overwhelm you all with all these different things. And like we talked about, like getting Twitch partner obviously is not like the goal. You know, I always say it'll happen when it happens, but you know, I would like it to happen at some point. You know, I think that'd be cool. But I don't know. It feels like a constant balance of wanting to introduce new things, but also at the same time give you a space that feels consistent and feels like you know what you're coming for, you know. And I think obviously part of that is a schedule. You know, I think I need to get better at making a weekly schedule that posts every Sunday, that you all can see what exactly we're going to be doing.
And I think that that would help with some of the consistency. But, you know, I also know that some people, I know that some of the friends that we've had stop by maybe only want to see one game or another. And so it does feel like a battle of wanting to give you all that consistency, because I'm sure we could play Stardew every day and I'm sure people would be happy, you know? But, you know, I don't know. The variety is pretty nice. I love the variety too. I love that we have set days for things like Sundays for Stardew, and but I like that on the other days we have other things. And there's times where I feel like in order for us to have that consistency, but also feel like we can be flexible and throw in new things, we would have to basically stream every day. It feels like. Otherwise there just wouldn't be enough time to do all of these things, you know, which is the real challenge. That's the challenge. I more hang out here for the vibes, and I love that. I love when you all, I love hearing that, because, you know, for me, that's what it's all about. And, you know, I love that many of you come in for that. Yeah, perhaps I'm just overthinking that last bit. I think there are some times I feel like, I don't know. I feel like playing one game, like sometimes I feel like if we play one game, we disappoint someone, you know, and if we play another game, we disappoint someone. Like, I know that there's some of you that still want us to jump into Minecraft and only wanted us to play Minecraft, and I always feel guilty. I do. I feel guilty because I feel like you know, if that's what you came here for, then that's, you know, obviously that is disappointing. Our brand is our vibe first. The games are just the cherry on top. That's what I say, for sure. We all hung out for 2 hours and chatted and Legoed. We are here for the vibes. I love that we Legoed. Yeah. The vibe is consistent. The games can be whatever. Yeah, thanks for saying that, chat. That really does mean the world. I often overthink this to an exhaust. But I always want the streams to always feel like they're getting better and better and more cohesive and more consistent, you know? I'll be the first to admit I don't really love some of the games played, but I'm here to chat and support the community. That makes me feel like home. Yeah, I think that's what's important. Because I know that not every game is going to hit with everybody. And you know, there's lots of games that I would love to try and love to play, but I know that they may not, you know, people may not enjoy them. And, you know, I always want the streams to feel collaborative in a way and feel like, feel like it was a group decision, you know. That's why I try to incorporate you all as much as possible when we, you know, when it's time to decide what games we want to play, because, you know, that is important. That's important, you know. I think it's important for you all to feel like, you know, that's something that matters, because it does. It matters to me, you know. We love it here. I still won't play it, but that was a fun stream. I never would have checked out Inside. Yeah. I know I love introducing you all to new indie games, and you all introduced me to a lot of new indie games, and I think that's where the real magic happens, you know. It's a lot of incredible indie games that I have discovered, you know, simply based on your suggestions. And so I think that's great. I think for me, for the most part, as long as the experience is cozy and it feels like a third place and a second home, and I think that's really what for me is what I will always want to be like the main thing, you know. And like Virgo said, the game is just the game, you know. But it's, yeah, Anyway, just feeling guilty, chat. Feeling guilty that there's, there are games that I don't get a chance to play as much as I'd want, or streams don't feel as long as I would want them to. And there are many days where I feel so stretched thin that it's like I just, feel like I try to give a little bit to everything and then feel like I like disappoint a lot of things. But that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different story. I like to think that this is a safe space, and if there's one thing I'm good at, it's yapping about my feelings. I will yap all day. I think that that's important, It's a sin to feel guilt on Friday. That's true. I keep forgetting it's Friday. And I also have to get ready for work soon. The never-ending day after never-ending day. I never watched Twitch until I found your YouTube page. And now I'm excited to catch a live with you guys. That's really cool. That's really cool, Shaw. I don't even know what to say. I've been feeling stretched thin also in exactly the same way. Yeah, it just feels like, and you feel like, at least for me, like you feel like you let a lot of things down, or a lot of people down, because you want to be there, but you have to do these other things. And, you never feel like you are giving enough to any of it, And I feel that way a lot about the streams and, and about, even the YouTube side, the videos we put out, that oftentimes feels like, that's a lot of late nights to get those videos done. And, but it's like, I know people look forward to them, and, coming to you live from my kitchen. I love that. I love that. Thank you for creating this space. And we just opened the door, we just opened the door. We said, come on in. Come on in. There's enough cozy to go around. And you all have been the ones that filled it with love, and I think that's the magic. And that's the beautiful thing, I think, about all of this. You give what you can, and we will be here to support this lovely space. I really do appreciate you all. Really, really. That, that means a lot. It really, really does. It means a lot. Yeah. Binary, thanks so much for the happy affiliate anniversary. It's going to be bananas, chat, when it says partner anniversary. And I think that's going to be, I think that's going to be a big group win. I think that's going to be a real special thing. We'll have to figure out something special to do for it. We did joke about a 12-hour stream. I think that's definitely still on the table. I don't know what we'll do. We'll do a big jazzathon or something. I don't know what we'll call it. A bearathon. That's good. It's actually good. Someone write that down, because I will forget that. Yeah. A bearathon. Yeah, Cataclysm does them. Wait, does what? Did I miss that? I've even gotten my daughter to watch and support. Did you really? That's too kind. I'm here for the vibes. You've made this a safe space to just kick back. And I hope that it always stays that way. Truly, truly. Because I think we all need that. We all need a space that we can collect ourselves, and a space where we feel like we can just be, 12-hour streams at least once or twice. I think I've seen them. And 12-hour stream is no joke. That's very good. I love it. On the money. 12 hours is insane. Well, we talked about doing a stream. We said if we ever hit partner, we will do a stream of we'll do 1 year in Stardew. Yeah, it would be a 1 year in Stardew stream. It'd be one stream, and we would get through a whole year. Yeah, that would be bananas. That would be banana crazy. But that was our grand idea. Maybe we'll change it. I don't know. Who knows when that day will come? If that day will come, but if it does, we said we'd do 1 year in Stardew. It'll be a very long stream. But we'll pick a farm. We'll probably pick a farm at random. We'll make a new character, and then we'll do 1 full year as a celebration. Because I mean, these streams really began with Stardew. You know, it wasn't until some of you had really shown a surprising amount of support on our first Stardew video on YouTube that we decided to get back into streaming and try to just see if we could fall in love with it again. And you all did that, you know, and you really pulled us in. And I think that's the cool thing, you know, that's the cool thing. So, you know, we'd have to take it back to really where it all began for this community, and all of our inside jokes and the jelly beans and the Junimos and the community center and all of that, you know? Yeah. We may not want only Stardew, but it does call to us. Yeah, you know, Stardew does have that pull. There are many days where I do want to play Stardew. I really do. And I feel like we could just do Stardew for a while. You know, and maybe we'll try that in November and see how that, you know, I don't know. Maybe we'll try, because December we have, you know, 12 days of indie games, 12 days, 12 different indie games. And so I'm really excited about that. But I don't know. Maybe we could look into trying to do that. And, you know, maybe in November we'll try to just do Stardew and maybe some Palia and see how that, and just to see how that would feel to have a month of consistency, you know, in that regard. But I don't know. I'll think about that, you know. I'll think about that. If you do a bearathon, be sure to schedule in meal breaks. Oh, for sure. Yeah, if we did a bearathon, we'd have to do a couple meal breaks and a couple breaks, stretch breaks, and we'll do a bunch of channel points redemptions for stretches and all that kind of stuff. I did a 16-hour long stream back in the day. Wow, leveling against my husband. Oh, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. Jackbox games. Yeah, we would. I think we would. Yeah, maybe every couple hours or something we would do Jackbox games. I would love to do Words with Friends. There's one where you guess the pictures. I forgot what that was called, but there's one where you guess the pictures. So yeah, it would be a whole day of us just having fun together, and we would have some group games as well for sure. Maybe that would be the day that we would do the Four Corners. We do the Four Corners farm or something. Gartic, yeah. Gartic is pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, Gartic is pretty cool. We've already played Words with Friends or Words on Stream a few times. I do miss that. We need to get back into that. Maybe throwing those into certain streams. I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah. Cows and fish. Oh no. Oh no. Stardew Valley with mods though. Yeah. We had talked about that massive farm too, the one that you all told me about. Yeah, maybe we try that. Maybe we try that too. Yeah. Some group games too. Yeah. I know, we're already talking like it's already happened. I mean, we can manifest it. But oh boy. Chad, I don't want to do this. But I know we were supposed to do a little Palia today. So I think we'll do some Palia tomorrow, which will be fun. We'll do a little Palia, and maybe we'll actually start one of those indie games. Yeah. Because I wanted to play what was that other indie game you all told me about? It was the Foxy had asked about it earlier. And it's like one of those I keep forgetting the name of, and then I see it, and then I'm like, yeah, that one. Night in the Woods. I want to play that. I really want to play that. I really want to play Night in the Woods, Never Song, and there's another one we have to play. It's called Beyond Sunset. I just want to like try it. So maybe tomorrow we'll play some Palia, and then we'll try a couple of those. It's so cozy and kind of spooky. I know you've recommended that one. That one's definitely one we will play. We will definitely play that one. Before Halloween, we will most certainly play Night in the Woods. I'm excited about that. Really excited about that. Okay. Anyway, chat. I've pushed it as far as I can go. This is where we must bid adieu. But thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for hanging out. It really does mean the world. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. You all are incredibly lovely. Incredibly lovely. And so we'll be back early tomorrow. Hope to see you there with a fresh pot of coffee and those sweet, sweet vibes. Anyway, chat. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.